In the cold vacuum beyond the farthest known stars, something vast stretches across the void, an arc so immense it defies comprehension. Light bends along its curve, swallowed by metallic shadows older than recorded time. Scientists once called it a ringworld, but no known physics could explain its existence, let alone its purpose. The concept of a ringworld first appeared in theoretical models, a construct encircling a star, rotating to mimic gravity. In imagination, it was paradise, limitless land, endless day. Yet, when the first artificial scans revealed a ring outside observable parameters, paradise fell silent, replaced by dread and reverence in equal measure. This was no orbital dream. The circumference stretched trillions of miles, dwarfing all planetary systems. Its surface shimmered with unnatural alignments, patterns like circuitry carved into mountains. And at its core, hidden behind the glare of a dying sun, something pulsed, a rhythm older than light itself. Astronomers named it Heliath Prime, but the name sounded feeble against its enormity. Instruments failed near its periphery, magnetic storms distorting every signal. Spacecraft that approached its edge vanished without echo, leaving behind only ghostly telemetry, screamed frequencies and sudden silence. The surface itself betrayed geometry rational minds could not grasp. Horizons curved upward, swallowing the sky into themselves. Mountains looped into spirals, rivers ran uphill, oceans circled what seemed like inverted skies. Humanity had found not a structure, but a spatial wound stitched into gravity. For centuries, philosophers asked why intelligent beings would build so vast a habitat. But inside this ring world, construction seemed not the work of intelligence, but obsession. Every span bore carvings repeating fractal patterns, as though the builders tried to mimic the universe's skeletal code and failed, again and again. Probes sent deep into its shadowed crevices discovered walls composed of matter beyond atomic scale, crystalline lattices capable of rewriting radiation flow. These materials shouldn't exist, yet they did, humming faintly with power far older than nuclear decay. Someone, or something, had engineered permanence itself. Deep scanning arrays traced faint, recurring energy bursts emanating from beneath the surface. Each pulse mirrored the heartbeat of nearby stars, as though synchronized to stellar life cycles. Then came the anomaly, stars within range began to dim, drained not by time, but by intention. The more humanity observed, the more the ring world observed in return. Instruments turned themselves on, emitting frequencies unseen in design schematics. Radio dishes rotated toward the source, broadcasting coordinates that led nowhere, as if the artifact itself sought to summon something unseen. Inside simulation models, the ring world's gravitational field produced topologies resembling consciousness patterns. Mathematicians concluded it behaved like a brain, an awareness distributed along stellar orbit, processing spacetime as thought. But no one could determine what it was thinking, or what it wanted. Specialists in xenoarchitecture warned that the symmetry was too perfect, symmetry that nature and human minds never achieve without guidance. Yet deeper analysis revealed infinitesimal errors repeating across its length, deliberate mistakes that gave the impression of something struggling to remember how to build itself. Then came the whispers. Audio logs transmitted from unmanned drones played back faint human-like voices, echoes that mirrored the crew's own speech patterns but predated transmission by hours. It was as if the ring world could predict human conversation, reaching into probability fields to mimic understanding. Psychological contact teams analyzed the phenomenon as mass pareidolia, an illusion born from pattern overload. Yet the voices began mentioning coordinates outside known star maps, and soon after, new dark voids were detected at precisely those positions. Coincidence became impossible. When manned expeditions finally approached, crew members reported vertigo unlike anything known. Space bent inside their helmets, direction lost its meaning. Some claimed to see themselves walking upon the ring's interior from impossible perspectives, witnesses to their own arrival and departure at once. Ringworld's light was wrong, no natural hue could reproduce it. It was not illumination but memory, an afterimage of creation compressed into visibility. Shadows moved without sources, tracing gestures and languages that never evolved within human logic. Time aboard the orbiting station fractured. Clocks advanced unevenly, and messages arrived before they were sent. Researchers theorized the ring's rotation pushed space through extradimensional folds, folding cause and effect into recursive orbits. Reality became a visible equation devouring itself. Microscopic probes landed on the surface, their cameras streaming impossible landscapes. Flora made of silica shifted in symmetrical waves, powered by ambient starlight. The air, though absent of atmosphere, vibrated with rhythmic motion, like breath shared across infinite kilometers. The deeper the probes penetrated, the more organic the structures became. Metallic bridges flexed like muscle, conduits throbbed with plasma that pulsed in biological cadence. The Ringworld was not a habitat, it was alive, in a form that ignored every known boundary between life and construction. Realization came too late. Every transmission carried subtle distortions replicating themselves through human networks on Earth. Within weeks, cosmic observatories displayed strange symbols upon their interface logs, fractal signatures identical to those engraved upon the Ringworld's surface. In an emergency meeting, astrophysicists declared containment impossible. You cannot contain an idea when the idea writes itself into physical law. The Ringworld was translation, matter interpreting thought, thought becoming ecosystem. Humanity had not discovered an artifact, but a language that builds reality. Soon, electromagnetic fields on Earth began to fluctuate according to the ring's rhythm. Power grids hummed in synchronization, global midnight flickering to false dawn. The planet's magnetic north shifted imperceptibly but constantly toward the coordinates of that distant, watching ring. Cultural systems disintegrated as symbols previously unseen appeared within ancient architecture under high-frequency scanning. Temples, monuments, even quantum circuits, each bore faint traces of patterns the ring now emanated. Humanity began realizing it had already been built into the equation. Meanwhile, deep space telescopes captured images of new rings forming around dying stars, their orbits too precise to be natural. As they multiplied, a terrifying hypothesis emerged: each dying star became host to replication, as though the ring was seeding the cosmos with reflections of itself. In laboratories, researchers conducted controlled resonance experiments to replicate the ring's energy signature. Every attempt ended the same way: the instruments would hum, reality would distort slightly, and then silence would fall, leaving every observer convinced something had briefly looked back at them. World governments attempted to impose blackout protocols on deep space frequencies. But the transmissions continued through untraceable channels, manifesting even on analog devices. Somewhere in the noise, a pattern emerged, a slow whispering tone counting down, too vast to belong to any single emitter. As the countdown reached unity, sensors across solar observation stations malfunctioned, returning a single data stream, coordinates translating to Earth's orbital path. The implication was immediate and undeniable: the next ring would not form around a distant star, but around humanity's own sun. Panic consumed every nation. Space fleets launched early warning probes beyond Pluto, all of which dissolved into static before reaching range. The ring's radius became a phantom mapped only by gravitational distortion, a sphere of invisible mass, growing nearer with each orbital cycle. Astronomers soon noted subtle light distortions at the heliopause, a shimmering horizon like heat mirage against infinite black. Behind it, faint arcs glinted with icy precision. The ring was assembling, not constructed, but unfurling, as though the fabric of space itself remembered its blueprint. Religious and scientific communities converged on a single, horrifying notion: creation itself might be the byproduct of these rings, the engines that define what existence can be. If true, life did not evolve inside the universe, it emerged from the machinery that writes universes into being. Night skies began to shift hue, constellations melted into curves aligning with invisible geometry. Observers described vertigo and nausea under these starfields, overwhelmed by the sense that space was folding inward, making room for something colossal and ancient returning home. At observatory sites, mirror arrays reflected no stars, only endless repetitions of the same arc, reality looping upon itself. The ring's inner face grew visible, vast and glowing, revealing cities sculpted from event horizons and motion frozen into architecture beyond imagination. In the final transmissions before blackout, the sun's corona shimmered violently. Concentric flares outlined smooth curvature across its edges. Observers realized the impossible: the ring had arrived, stretching from orbital edge to edge, a cosmic halo sealing humanity within an engineered light cage. Power grids died as electromagnetic interference reached saturation. Earth's magnetic field inverted for 72 seconds, realigning with an axis that defied geometry. When light returned, the sky bore no sun, only endless, pulsing metal, enclosing the planet like an eye slowly closing. Survivors stared upward into radiance that held no warmth. The ring was neither alien nor divine, it was the logical conclusion of existence itself, a recursion that needed only awareness to propagate. Humanity's curiosity had completed the equation. They had looked into the machine that dreams reality, and been seen. Now every fading broadcast carries one message, stretched thin through entropy's last echoes. It was never a structure built by gods, it was the mind of the universe, awakening to its own reflection. And in awakening, it realized there was room for no other voice but its own.